Now let's go ahead and start building our 3D model. First, let's start with our lot. I'm going to go ahead and make lot my active layer. Now let's click on lot. It is a group, so I'm going to double click to open that group up. Now our contour lines are going to be 1 foot change in elevation. For this lot, we are going to start at a 0 elevation here, and at every contour we're going to raise our lot 1 foot. So to do this, first I'm going to delete some of these lines here. And on this side as well. Now before I delete all these lines, let me show you something with our select tool. When I click once, it will select a line segment. Now if I triple click, it will select everything touching that line, everything connected to that line. And you will see how that will come in handy in just a moment. So go ahead and delete all our lines. Okay, so now we are going to start at a 0 elevation here, and at every one of these contours I'm going to raise them a foot from the last one. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. Now you see when I clicked once, it only clicked one segment of this curved line. But I'm gonna go ahead and triple click, and I've selected the entire segment, and now I hit my move command. Let's pick a base point, and now I'm going to drag my mouse vertically along my blue axis 1 foot up. Enter. Now I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to go to my next contour, triple click, pick on a base point, and now I'm going to go up 2 feet. So let's keep doing this until we've addressed all our contours here. So 3 feet. 4 feet. 5 feet. And as you can see here, we can already see the change. We could just double check that we are raising them as we want. Oh, and there I need to raise this 1 more foot. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's go to 7 feet. Now I'm going to go ahead and level off my plan here at 7 feet. And let's bring it back down a little bit. Oh, let's go ahead and delete this line here. Let's bring this to 6 feet. And let's go to 5 feet. Okay, now we're going to use the sandbox tool to create a terrain based on these contours. So let's go to our toolbars. Let's go to View, Toolbars, and let's click the sandbox tool. Close that. Let's go ahead and dock this here. Now here we have this first option here, create a sandbox from contours. So let's select all of our contours and click from contours, and there we see we've created our terrain. We can also build the terrain using the From Scratch tool. Go ahead and click on From Scratch in the sandbox tool, and let's click once and drag our mouse along the green axis. Now let's click again, drag our mouse along the red axis, and click. There we've created a grid that we will use to build our model. Now let's go ahead and make it match this terrain that we've already created. And I'm going to go ahead and drag this from the endpoint here to the endpoint there. And I'm going to use my scale command, use the grid point to match that length, to match the size there. And let's go ahead and match it over here. Okay, let's click on that. Now let's move it back over here. Okay, so now we are going to use the smooth command to push and pull our terrain to make it similar to this one. Let's go ahead and open our terrain here, and let's start on this edge. Let's go ahead and select all these lines here and hit the smooth tool, and go ahead and click on your surface and drag your mouse. You can drag it up or down. Let's go ahead and drag it down. In this case, we're going to go ahead and make it match this length here. Okay, and let's click out of that. Now let's go ahead and click on this set of lines and do the same thing using the smooth command. And let's go ahead and drop this down and match that height. Now we can also grab lines and surfaces and use the smooth command, and it will still do the same. Let's go ahead and grab this group of lines. Use the smooth command. Let's go ahead and match that. And let's just keep going. And finally, let's grab this last section here. And let's go ahead and match this height here. We can also enter dimensions, but since I already have my site here, I'm just matching that. Now you can see there's a little bit of variation here. Let's go ahead and adjust that. I'm going to select these lines and use the smooth tool. And let's go ahead and match that. And let's see. Let's go ahead and select this whole section here. Use the smooth tool. Okay, there we've created a surface very similar to the one we created using our from contours method. Now another thing we can do with the smooth tool is, let's go ahead and click on that. We can adjust the radius here. If let's say if we had a little hill in the middle, let's change the radius to 10 feet. And now let's push and pull. So you can see we can do that. Let's change it to 50 feet. And there you can see we can adjust it as well. So lets you do quite a bit of adjusting to your terrain with the smooth tool. Now we can also adjust our terrain that we made using the from contours method, the same way we adjusted this one. So let's go ahead and open this group, open the terrain, and I'm going to triple click on this, and let's go ahead and right click. Click on soften smooth edges. Let's open up that dialog box. And here we can change the smoothness of the drawing or of our terrain. We can click smooth, and you can see it'll just smoothen it out. But I don't want it smooth right now, so let's unclick that so that we can see all of the surfaces on here. What this allows us to do is just to select surfaces and lines here. So I'm going to go ahead and select one there. Now I'm going to use the smooth tool, and I could push and pull this in the same way I was doing with my from scratch terrain. Now I could change my values here. Let's go to 15 feet. And there it allows me to adjust that as well. So lots of different ways we can manipulate our terrain here. And let's go ahead and click out of that. Let's go ahead and smoothen this out again. Go to soften smooth edges. And let's go ahead and smoothen that out. Now let's go ahead and go to this one. Let's smooth this one out as well. I'm going to go ahead and triple click, and I'm going to go ahead and just adjust my values a little bit. And there we've created our terrain, same terrain for the most part, in two different methods.